I'd like you to explain how you plan to not only keep us working, but how you intend on getting the union vote when there is a large portion of the union workers that are gun enthusiasts, and you are actively trying to diminish our Second Amendment right and take away our guns.
You're full of
All right, thank you.
Now, shush.
You remember that? That was union worker Jerry Wayne there getting into very heated debate on gun control with then candidate Joe Biden. That was on the campaign trail again back in Michigan. Biden accused him of being full of blank. Now Biden is calling for sweeping new gun control legislation. What does Jerry Wayne, the man in the video, have to say about that? Let's ask him. He's joining us live here. Jerry, good to see you again, buddy.
Hey, great to be here.
Yeah, man. I want to ask you about this, what we just saw from President Biden again. I'm going to play this for you. This is exactly what President Biden said yesterday about banning guns.
Be very clear. This is the one thing I do know enough to say on in terms of what's happened there. While we're still waiting for more information regarding the shooter, his motive, the weapons he used, the guns, the magazines, the weapons, the modifications that apparently have taken place to those weapons that are involved here, I don't need to wait another minute, let alone an hour, to take common sense steps that will save the lives in the future and to urge my colleagues in the House and Senate to act. We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines in this country once again.
We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. He mentioned guns 5 times, suspect, a motive, and then guns, 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 guns. We need to know more about the guns. Jerry Wayne, your response to that by the President of the United States.
Well, actually, in that altercation I had with him about a year ago in that auto plant, I actually brought something like that up. He wants to take our so-called assault weapons away, but yet handguns are responsible for the most murders in America. So why are you going after the long guns? The only way I can see it is that that is the only thing standing in the way of the free people and a tyrannical government. So that's what the motive is here. Now, with that being said, I'd like to just speak out to the families that have been affected by this and the police officer there. And my condolences, and I hope you guys have a speedy recovery and heal your hearts. And I don't wish that upon anybody. But what this comes down to is, what are the ramifications for these actions? Joe Biden's going to come out here and try to take away our Second Amendment. It says shall not be infringed on the Constitution. Now, what about all the lives of the people, the soldiers that have fought to protect that Constitution? Are we going to let them just die in vain? Because that's exactly what it sounds like. If we do not have the means to overthrow our government, we are not America.
And the whole argument here is how far does it go, right? If it goes down to semi-automatic rifles, or how big the magazine capacity is, if you start banning that, does this lead to a path where all guns essentially could be banned?
Well, that's just it. It's going to lead to a path where they want to have an uprising. That's what this is. Like, never in the history of America has someone tried to alter the Constitution or get rid of the Constitution without people dying. And America is victorious unanimously since the beginning of our inception. And it's not going to change anyway. So they can keep pushing, but the American people are the ones that need to stand up. If everybody wants something to change, everybody wants someone to stand up and to do something, I'm telling everybody right now, if we want change, we have to start with the individual. The individual needs to change. Don't wait for someone else to get out there and do something. Practice your rights. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't. If you don't want to share your receipt when you're leaving Walmart, don't. If you don't want to show your ID because a police officer's not giving you probable cause, don't. We don't need to just start practicing our rights. We have to start flexing them.
I want to ask you about this. Many in the media often argue that buying a gun is easier than voting in America. In your experience, Jerry Wayne, was it harder to register to vote than to buy a gun? Your thoughts?
Definitely harder to buy a gun. It takes a lot longer as well. They do their background checks. They make sure that people are able to actually legally get these firearms. We have so many laws on the books right now, we're not even practicing all the laws. We have background checks going to the FBI, and a lot of times the FBI is just falling short on doing their job. So let's go ahead and practice the laws that we have on the books already before we start implementing more. Because we know if history has shown us anything, it's not going to do anything. And if we really want to find the core issue, what these problems are with people actually going out and killing each other, we need to look at what's happening in our environment around us. People are products of their environment. You're just like the people that you surround yourself with. And you can have mental issues. If you don't have that support system, you're going to go off and do outlandish things. Imagine what has to happen in your mental capacity to go ahead and reach out and actually take people's lives. You have to have something wrong up here. We need to look at the core issue of this, and that's human health. We have countless money being printed. We live in the freest country in the world, yet everybody's sad. That is the biggest issue right now. Let's go ahead and look at each other. Look at your neighbor. See if they're okay.
Sure.
Say hi. Say thank you. Look at each other in their eyes. We're being dehumanized.
Yeah,
we need to stick together, and we need to just come together and actually start making a difference.
All right, I got to jump in. I'm out of time here. Jerry Wayne, good to see you as always. Thanks so much for weighing in, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Some good perspective there. All right, coming up, growing pressure on Beijing ahead of the 2022 Winter Olympics. Now more than 150 groups, they're calling on a major company to drop its sponsorship of the event. This over human rights violations. We'll share details right after the break. Hi, Emma Rechenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.